In anticipation of this possible album and this album being good, this week we are doing a top 10 Chance the Rapper songs of all time draft.
Hmm.
Not too many crazy rules here. Features are not allowed. I think it's important as we look to that next album to kind of look at the songs that Chance made himself
Hmm.
that were great. So, top 10 Chance songs only. Chance songs, no features and no leaks.
Hmm.
So, we know the deal here. Are we going heads or tails?
Let's go tails, my friend.
All right, here we go.
You know me. You know me.
And it's tails.
How
So,
does he do it?
you're two for one.
I
Like,
am two for one. We only had
you're two for
to winning record. It's a winning record. Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna receive. I'm gonna receive the
Oh,
football.
okay. I would have kicked anyways. So,
Okay. Yeah, this is a interesting one. I think so. Going into this draft, I had like an interesting strategy where I think I'm gonna go for what my favorite songs are from Chance the Rapper. Objectively, objectively, probably wrong. You know, but whatever. You know, I think my number one song, my favorite song from Chance the Rapper. I think I'm gonna go, yeah, favorite song with Chance the Rapper and Childish Gambino from Acid Rap. That's gonna be my number one pick.
I have a very special place in my heart for that song.
I know you
Like
do.
that
I know you do.
that song that song like reminds me of like when I was a child.
I know.
Like that is like I was in middle school. It's a great song. Full transparency. I had the song at 8 on my list.
Wow. Holy shit. My plan was to take it off your board because I knew it would crush you early on. And you'd be emotionally invested.
I think it is like I know that song every word front to back, both verses. And it might be one of my favorites, but I think I didn't go a little more objective, but I wasn't like I don't know. I love that song.
Yeah.
I just had it lower for some reason.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, honestly, it wasn't even like a straight up like strategy pick either. It was just like
Mhm.
I also that song also very much has a special place in my heart. it
It's solid.
it I I'm not I'm not gonna do the stupid shit anymore. Like it's not my favorite song, but it's good. But I
Boo,
did it twice. I did it twice. I
boo.
did it twice. But whatever. All right, yeah, you got back to back picks. Where you going?
This draft is weird. I don't.
Yeah,
It's we gotta pick our. I think we gotta pick our favorites.
it's a minefield
Um,
draft.
it's also just like the two album like both of those like I think Coloring Book and Acid Rap are both so good, and there's not much like I think so many of the songs are of equal quality and they're equally great.
Yeah.
Um, First song I'm going with Juice.
A good pick.
Um,
It's a really good pick.
Off of Acid Rap, I think it's a song that everybody can sing. It's got a catchy chorus. It's got great rap verses in it. That video of him walking through Chicago
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
iconic it was that he couldn't put it on streaming services.
Yeah.
So when you played Acid Rap on Apple Music or Spotify, he'd be like, "Every time you stream this song, we're donating money to charity." It's iconic.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be more on quality, but this song is iconic, and I love it. I love the
Hmm.
song.
Yeah. That's a really good pick. That was definitely like yeah, that might have been my next pick or two. I mean, you never really know. I can't leak too much, but that was a very good pick. I see where you're going with this, but yeah, this is tough. Again, this draft is a minefield, man. Like one pick and it's over.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm nervous, and I think this. I mean, this is a bold strategy that I'm going with next.
Hmm.
I'm going back to back acid rap picks,
Sure.
and I'm taking Cocoa Butter Kisses.
It's a really good
Um,
pick.
Off of acid rap. I just think they're the like that song too is like summertime.
Yeah.
Like and it just showed the original versatility of Chance. And I know I'm taking two songs that are very similar, but to be truly honest, all the songs on Acid Rap are very similar in a great way.
Yeah,
They're very similar and they create this cohesive project, but they are very similar, and I'm taking two Acid Rap songs
yeah.
off the bat.
I'm okay. Those are really good picks. I'm also gonna pick two songs that are very similar, but I think for different reasons. I think with my next pick, this one's a personal favorite of mine. So again, my list is not objectively correct. I'm never gonna say it is, but this is just again, this is another B list, so I'm potentially taking another L. But I'm gonna go with Acid Rain from Acid Rap. I just think it's so much different from the rest of that, like Acid Rap. You know, Acid Rap is like, at least for me, it's an album where the whole time is just high energy and like, yeah, I'm having fun the whole time. And then Acid Rain comes on, and I'm just like, I don't know what it is. Every time I listen to that song, I get chills. Like it's just so. I think it's just that good. Like it's one of my personal favorites.
It's a testament to how great acid rap is, and I think everybody at the time was looking forward to what Chance did in the future, but they didn't really take the time to appreciate what he was doing
Yeah,
then. And Acid Rain is a great display of lyricism and mood shifting,
of
just like you
course.
talked about.
Mhm.
I had it on my honorable mentions just because I don't love it like I love the. I think I'm probably just not as nostalgic for it
Yeah,
compared to the rest of my list. But it's I think most people might have it as one for
yeah,
like objectively Chance songs,
yeah.
but I had it in my honorable
That
mentions.
was like honestly like that might be like legitimate like top three, maybe top two. Like I just think that quality
Mhm.
is unparalleled. But I'm gonna go a different like same vein, different album. I'm gonna go with Same Drugs from Coloring Book. This is just like this is a song that I heard it. I remember that video where he was on the piano with like the puppet and stuff when I was in like
The
eighth
pink
grade.
and blue
Yes,
background,
yes,
yeah,
dude. It's
yeah.
like it's so iconic. And it's not just that. I just think again, you just get like the depth of like what Chance the Rapper is capable of doing. Like, you know, he's known for these like high energy, like crazy songs, but you know, he really like takes a second to have this like introspective, like almost like moody like track that makes you like I don't know. That's another one of those ones that I just get chills every time I listen to it. I'm just like, oh my god.
It felt like for the first time he was digging into something that I think, and I'll have another pick that I'll probably say something similar about it.
Sure.
But he's finally digging into what really he wasn't being distracted by drugs, shenanigans,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like even though the song is called Same Drugs, it's the first time you felt him really, really get vulnerable in a way of him knowing and being conscious of what his influence was.
Yeah.
And kind of the story with kind of relating friendships and relationships to drugs.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great track. It's one of my favorite tracks.
Hmm.
I had it at 7
It's fair.
because I think stylistically it's very similar to a lot of the cuts on Coloring
Hmm.
Book. Like I mean, half of it.
Hmm.
But great song overall.
Could you remind me what your picks were just so I don't get confused later on? Just
So
so I
I
can write it
had
down.
one I went Juice and two I went Cocoa Butter Kisses.
Damn, that actually pissed me off again.
This one right here is obviously a personal favorite, but it's also a quality pick.
Sure.
Smoke Break featuring Future, one of the best
Fucking
Future
hate you.
verses. One of the best, like I'll say this. This is a top 10 Future verse. And it's not a place you would usually find a Future top 10 verse, and it gets him out of his comfort zone. There's two fire verses by Chance, and you're just waiting for Future to hop on the mic. And
Yeah.
even in the demo versions where he was just rapping over that track for almost 3 minutes,
Yeah.
it's an amazing Future verse, and it's the epitome of what Coloring Book is.
Yeah, that's a great pick. That was probably going to be my next pick, to be completely honest with you. So, there's a
Hmm.
great one. Again, like, for the same exact reason. That's probably a top 10 future verse, like, ever. Like, and it's just like, and again, it's just such a good song. I'm getting, like, sad again, man. Like, what happened?
Yeah, yeah, no, I think it's kind of the nostalgia of it, and where when life wasn't too serious. Yeah, when life wasn't too serious back in the day, and then also the
Yeah.
fact that Chance can't make me feel like this anymore.
Yeah. Maybe.
And maybe,
Maybe.
and even the like the music he's made ever since dropping Coloring Book is just not is
Yeah.
like it, even the stuff that's hidden behind dark themes
Yeah.
are like even behind like beautiful themes and high energy. A lot of that stuff is dark in nature,
Yeah.
and I just don't know if he can ever. I don't know if he can go back to that place. I don't know if he has that in him.
Yeah.
But with my fourth pick, I'm going Angels featuring Saba, and I think the big reason I went with this one is to add versatility. It is the best chant song that is high energy. I mean, outside of maybe Juice, because
Yeah.
the energy on this is crazy, and it just makes you want to like jump out the gym, like shoot
Yeah.
some hoops, do like it, and it just and Saba's chorus on his and its hook on is crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy. You just picked my next two picks just now. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even shitting you. I love Saba so much. I think Care for Me is probably like one of my favorite albums of all time. And that song, yeah, like you said, it's just like I don't know what more I can add to it. Like it's a really good pick. It's a great pick. Again, that was my
I'm
next pick.
excited.
But anyways, all right. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Where am I gonna go? Okay, this feels like low hanging fruit. Oh, oh, sorry. Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
know where you're going.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna go Juke Jam.
Oh, I did not expect you to go there.
Yeah, I know where you expect me to go, but I don't want to go there.
Okay, so I don't think either of us are gonna go
I
there
think
then.
I think both of us don't want to go there. I think we're both scared.
I don't think I okay. Go ahead and explain. I don't want to
I mean,
trample you on
again,
the
this is
segment.
just like a personal pick for me. Again, it's more of like a toned down version of Chance the Rapper that more so showcases his versatility and what he can do, rather than like a majority of what we've seen from him. And, this is just like I don't know what more to add rather than just I really, really enjoy this project. I think it's still on my playlist to this day, like all these years later. But yeah, that's gonna be my pick there. Anything to add on that one?
I think I like it.
Hmm.
I like it, but I think the Justin Bieber verse is okay. I love the production on it.
Yeah,
But I feel like and I still listen to this song too.
yeah,
But when we're talking about these upper tier trance songs, there's real quality distinctions we have to make. I feel like the Justin Bieber feature is not strong as it needs to be.
sure.
But I like the vulnerability in it, and
Yeah.
Chance is going to that place.
Hmm.
But I think there's better picks if you're looking at that from Chance.
That's a good take. I mean, again, this is just more of like a personal pick for me, like something
Hmm.
I really enjoy. And like you said, I think the production's absolutely insane. But like, yeah, you know, if you ask me, like what I think, what like my top 10 chance of all time are, I'm probably putting this one in there because again, the fact that I'm still listening to it is, you know,
Hmm.
insane. All right, where should I go next? Okay, I'll do this.
I have one on my list, and I just really don't want you to take it.
Okay. I think um this is another one I still listen to like a shocking amount. I'm gonna go with Blessings. Let's go with Blessings on Coloring Book.
Okay.
That's again just another like personal pick of mine. I love the saxophone and like I just think again, it's so hard for me to like articulate what I like about certain chant songs other than they just sound
Hmm.
good, you know? And every time I listen to them I feel good. And I think that's kind of the point of like Chance the Rapper's music is like I kind of feel like when I'm on the like listening to this song, I'm kind of like floating through clouds, not a care in the world. You know, I love it. That was corny. That's
Absolutely.
corny.
And are you gonna make? Is there a distinction whether you like the Jameel Woods or the Ty Dolla Sign version better? Because that he put that song on the album twice.
Yeah. Jamila Woods for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Blessings is a great song, and in the best part about Chance the Rapper, especially on Coloring Book, is the versatility.
Hmm.
And even when he went commercial, it didn't feel commercial because you know who he was.
Yeah.
And Blessings is great. Is him leaning into the gospel side we saw in Ultralight Beam,
Hmm.
and we saw in what he was doing in the production at the time. I think Blessings is a great track. I didn't have it on my list,
Yeah,
um, but I like the song. It's a good track.
I can see we have very different minds, you and I. We have very
I
different
think
minds, you and I.
I think when it comes to Chance the Rapper, we do, and I
Yeah.
think I went for quality on this too. Do you have any guesses on what I'm taking at 5?
Oh God, I don't even want to like. I don't want to say it, but I think I know where you're gonna go. And
Oh no, I'm not going to the easy pick. I'm not going to the
oh,
easy pick.
okay,
I promise.
okay. There's a pick I have that's very interesting, but I don't think you'll go there. But no, I don't have a guess.
Okay.
Let me see.
So with my last pick, I'm picking "Summer Friends" off of Coloring Book, and this song, in my opinion, outside of Acid Rain, is probably the highest quality Chance song that exists
Mm.
because you get every element of Chance. You get the vulnerability, you get the Jeremiah vocals, you get the back half how it transitions into a different song. It is so vulnerable and it's so light, and because his words hit so hard, you don't need this production beaten over your head and just shoved down your throat of a hard beat or insane energy, because the words he's talking about are so strong, and I think it's something everybody can relate to, and that's one of the peak points of Chance's music is the relatability within his subjects. And I think the idea of having friends and having, those summers where you look back on them and you say, hey, I wish I could be there, or I lost this person in my life, or just really common themes of that he's putting his own vulnerability and his own experience with that into
Mhm.
one song and mixing so many genres into one song,
Mhm.
and an amazing guest feature by Jeremiah. This might be this might be the best Chance song of all time in
Mhm.
terms of objective quality.
Yeah,
And I would have picked it. I just knew you probably weren't going to pick it, so I had it last.
yeah.
But Summer Friends would be my pick.
That went off my radar somehow. That was a really good pick.
Mhm.
I think it's kind of interesting too that we kind of all kind of had different answers, you know?
Mhm.
And like I don't feel like either of us are wrong. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like there's a but like you know what I mean though. It's like we have our picks and then you sit there and you're like, okay, well that's a good pick. That's fine. And then you
it
go one way. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good one. You know?
it speaks to the depth of those two projects.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
didn't pick
totally.
anything outside of Acid Rapper Coloring Book,
Yeah.
and Lord knows he has stuff outside of that that's it's listenable. And I
I
mean, 10 Day has some good stuff for sure.
I did have
But
Windows on 10 Day on there. I didn't want to.
okay,
Yeah, I just knew that wouldn't be on your list, and it's just like
yeah.
I didn't know if anybody would care about that deep cut, but I love
I
that song.
don't think there's I don't think there's any way to go wrong with this draft, and
Yeah,
I think when we do the artist ones, we should probably start just doing a list, just do
yeah,
like top 10 and
yeah,
discuss whatever.
yeah.
But I think I think the only one that would have overlapped with you is I would have taken favorite song towards the end of this draft,
Yeah.
but I don't think I had anything else that
I mean,
you wanted on your list.
you, yeah, you took a lot of songs I wanted. I'm gonna be honest with you. You took like I had Juice on there, like uh, Smoke Break was there, Angels were there, Cocoa Butter Kiss was in my like just on the edge kind of deal.
Mhm.
But I mean, like again, like I said, like it's very hard to sit here and be like either of us like stunk it up or like
Yeah.
blew us out of the water, and like that just makes me even sadder.
It does.
It's the most depressing draft segment of all time. What happened?
Yeah. So I want to get into some of the songs we could have picked
Yeah.
that didn't make it. I had these two both in my top 10, but due to kind of what you picked, I had the majority of my top 10 available.
Mhm.
Smoke Again featuring Absol.
It's
The
great.
bass on that hits so hard that that also gives it's very similar to Favorite Song
Hmm.
in like that summer feel, like you just feel
Yeah.
like you're transported back to summer. It's a party jam, great song. Absol
Yeah.
has an amazing verse on it.
Hmm.
um, Finish Line Drown, which is also up there in objective quality of Chance the Rapper songs, T-Pain vocals on it. It kind of brings you through the whole thing, multiple elements
Yeah.
of different songs.
Hmm.
I think Lost off of Acid Rap featuring No
Yeah.
Name,
Yeah.
which No Name, who probably is one of the strongest female MCs in terms of lyricism
Hmm.
and overall bar capability at this. I mean, for the past decade. I mean, even going back to what was that 2013
Yeah.
with Acid Rap. So No Name's got so much power and such high quality
Hmm.
lyricism, bars, flow that also makes its way onto there. And I think a couple quick ones too. All We Got featuring Kanye, great
Hmm.
production, intro track to Coloring Book.
Yep.
And then stuff outside of Acid Rap and Coloring Book. I Might Need Security, which was one of those SoundCloud songs he dropped
Hmm.
in like that 4 pack in between Coloring Book and The Big Day.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And one of the more recent additions he dropped 2024, Stars Out, which is like, it's not Chance the Rapper quality. I would never have put it in my list, but I just wanted to give it a shout as like showing that Chance can still kind of do it.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, those are all really good picks. Lost is definitely like one of those ones that got away from me, like where I was kind of just caught in the moment and I didn't really think about it. But
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely like one of my favorite tracks on Acid Rap for sure. I think I listened to that yesterday, like just randomly. But yeah, outside of Coloring Book and Acid Rap, one of the ones I talked about was Windows from 10 Day.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to 10 Day, going back, how old is that album? Like 2010,
2011 or
2011,
12.
2011,
Yeah,
12.
2011.
And like
Yeah.
it's like early enough, like where it seems kind of like a little rough around the edges, but like he's still kind of like figuring it out. Like it's still good, but like it's definitely like you can tell there's improvement there. When you get to Windows, it's like it feels like he's sorted all of that out in one
Mm-hmm.
song, and it's insane. Like the production is just like on a completely different level compared to like I think the rest of 10 Day, and like the features are great. I mean, like it's just a completely different. It's so weird. Like it's a completely different sound compared to the rest of 10 Day. And what else did I have on here? Yeah, I mean, like I said, Lost, and I had How Great too. That's more of like the gospel
Mm-hmm.
side too. Like I don't know why I'm just a sucker for like the gospel Chance the Rapper stuff. And I think that's the
Yeah.
peak of it. And then that verse at the end from Chance is just like it's so insane. It's honestly like so good.
I think it's important to contextualize as well with the Chance gospel stuff. Being a Chicago artist, Acid Rap's a 2013 release, Coloring Book's a 2016 release. These projects are in the middle of the first original Chicago drill scene when that was as hot
Yeah.
as anything. Like that's, I mean, 2013. That's Chief Keef's prime wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Like finally rich Chief Keef. And when you saw the gospel progression with Chance, it almost gave that Chicago area like a hero. And I'm not from there,
Yeah.
but when you have like rap as a genre is very controversial and people get very heated and they debate and it's politicized and there's always big stakes and there's always things that are not the most morally correct thing, but when you would see Chance do those gospel efforts and those gospel
Yeah.
songs, you had hope in from something in that area being something that could add to the world, and even Kanye being crazy and him being around Kanye and him leading him in a different direction before Kanye absolutely violated him.
Yeah.
But but him leading
Deserved.
some of the kind of the rough around the edges parts of rap music and kind of giving it a I hate to say it, but a commercial face and a hopeful face
Yeah.
made Chance's music hit even harder.
Yeah. Absolutely. For sure. And finally, some songs that were just like honorable mentions that I think are really good are Good Ass Intro and Good Ass Outro.
Dude,
You know what I
dude,
mean? It's like it feels like Good Ass Intro is like, all right, we got this is like really solid start, and then Acid Rap happens, and then Good Ass Outro is the final bow to end it all. And I think they're perfect in their own. I think they're perfect, and it's like perfect intro and a perfect outro. You know, and you can't ask for much better quality. I think.
I think Good Ass Intro is one of the most resourceful, and in terms of a song that accomplishes its goal in an introducing track and bringing you into the energy of an album, Good Ass Intro might be one of the greatest of all times because the piano chords and the
Yeah.
speed of it, and Chance just hitting you immediately
Yes.
with energy,
Yeah.
upbeat tone, and then continuing it through 8, 9 songs, and then taking you down and then taking you back up. It's Good Ass Intro is up there, and it's a testament to Chance's discography
Yeah.
for
Absolutely.
usual.
Yeah. Those were like barely in my there was like barely almost made it. Like if I had a few more picks, like maybe it would have snuck in. But yeah, that was kind of the rest of my list. It's crazy how many we put. It's crazy how many we had. It's
Yeah,
kind of wild.
I mean 5 and 5, and then we had about maybe an additional 10 to 12 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Looking at it. And I think too, just to wrap up, in terms of songs you had favorite song featuring Childish Gambino, Acid Rain, Same Drugs, Juke Jam featuring Justin Bieber, and Blessings. I had Juice, Cocoa Butter Kisses, Smoke Break featuring Future, Angels featuring Saba, and Summer Friends featuring Jeremiah.
Damn.
If I'm being honest, I think I won. This is a very subjective draft.
Yeah. I
But
personally
I think I would take the. I think I
I
got the
I think I
W.
think I give it to you personally, you know?
Yeah.
I mean like I get it, like bro, you pick the songs, you know? But like yeah, what are you gonna do?